What if the Earth was flat for just one day? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that the horizon doesn't curve, that the oceans look like endless sheets of glass, and that the ground beneath you stretches forever in every direction. For 24 hours, the planet abandons its spherical shape and becomes an enormous flat disk. How would life on Earth change in such a short but bizarre experiment of nature? The first and most dramatic effect would be gravity. On our round Earth, gravity pulls everything toward the planet's center, keeping the oceans in place, holding the atmosphere close, and letting us walk comfortably on curved ground without even noticing it. But on a flat Earth, gravity would no longer act the same way. Instead of pulling us toward the center of a sphere, it would pull everything directly downward, perpendicular to the surface of the disk. This sounds simple, but it creates terrifying consequences. Water from the oceans would immediately begin racing toward the center of the disk, piling into a gigantic world ocean. Coastlines as we know them would vanish within hours, replaced by a super deep abyss at the middle and barren wastelands toward the edges. Next comes the atmosphere. On a spherical Earth, the atmosphere is evenly wrapped around the globe, giving us relatively stable weather. But flatten the planet, and suddenly air too begins to collapse toward the center. People living near the middle of the disk might find themselves crushed under storms and hurricanes fueled by this shift, while those at the edges would struggle to breathe as the air thins out. The contrast would be deadly. Floods and violent storms at the center, dry deserts and suffocation near the rim. And what about the sun? On our real planet, its light spreads smoothly across the curve, giving us day and night cycles. But on a flat disk, things would be chaotic. As the sun moved across the sky, only parts of the disk would be lit at a time, while others would fall into strange patterns of shadow. The farther you were from the sun's path, the dimmer your world would be. Near the rim, some places might experience almost permanent twilight, while the center would bake under relentless noon. For one day, time itself would stop making sense. Humans, of course, would panic. Civilization is built on predictability. Sunrise, sunset, tides, weather. With the Earth flattened, crops would wither, cities would flood or dry out, and transportation would be nearly impossible. Imagine airplanes trying to fly when air pressure collapses toward the center, or ships stranded as oceans drain away from the edges. Governments would declare emergencies, religions would rise in hysteria, and scientists would scramble to explain the impossible. But here's the strangest part. Life might not even last a full 24 hours. The forces of gravity wouldn't allow a flat Earth to remain stable. Within moments, the disk would begin to collapse under its own weight, edges curving upward, oceans surging, atmosphere swirling in chaos. Slowly, inevitably, the planet would reshape itself back into a sphere. After one catastrophic day, Earth would restore its balance, though billions of lives might already be lost in the process. So, what does this thought experiment tell us? That our round planet isn't just a random shape, it's the only shape that works. A sphere gives us stable gravity, breathable air, manageable oceans, and a day-night rhythm that allows life to flourish. A flat Earth, even for one day, would be a nightmare beyond imagination. So next time you watch the sun rise over a curved horizon, remember, the shape of our world is the reason we're alive.